I almost did not want to make this video because I was trying to make it so perfect, but I realized something about being a perfectionist. But before we make all that, let's go make something that I always wanted to make. It's one of my childhood favorite dishes. And then afterwards, let's talk about how to not be a perfectionist or why most people are a perfectionist and how to get rid of that.
All right, do I hear you? I'm going to push on performing as much as I can after today. But I look at my family. I don't want to go to jail, as you mentioned. Spouse.
What I like about what you're saying is this. You're offering.
All right. So here it is, the final product. It's one of my favorite dishes. Or not my favorite, but goes back to what I used to eat a long time ago when I was little. Um, so yeah, I wanted to talk about being a perfectionist because I almost didn't want to make this video, honestly. I was, perfectionism is one of the worst things out there because it's like you want to start something, whether it's that workout plan, that new thing you wanted to do. In my case, it's this YouTube video, right? I had this trouble with trying to figure out how am I going to combine like cooking content and talks like these, but I don't know. I couldn't find a way, so I was like, you know what? I've been planning, trying to figure out the right way to do it, trying to make it perfect, but it doesn't work like that. You gotta just do it anyways. And I feel like that's what it means to be authentically yourself and make authentic content is just to do it however you feel. You gotta get rid of it. Like it's okay to plan every now and then, but overly contemplating the plan, trying to make it so perfect, it's like you know too much and you're not doing enough, you know? And that's where the real learning comes from is the actual doing of the process. There are so many times where I would learn something. For me, it's in business, right? I learn a lot of business tactics, things in marketing on where I can apply, but I would over plan, over analyze the situation, over analyze the sales calls. And, like it's good at first, but to do it so much where it stops you from taking the initial action, then that's going to stop you all the time. That's like one of my biggest downfalls is trying to be perfect and knowing that things it won't be perfect all the time. Sometimes you have to fail and it's a part of the process. There's also another thing about consistency, right? A lot of people they think they're trying to be consistent and they're doing it every single day, but they miss one day and they think they're not consistent, so they go their old habits. But I mean, for me, what I realized was being consistent every single day meant you don't have to be consistent every single day. It's okay to miss 1 or 2 days, but as long as you go back on track, right? If you go back on track with it, then you can start being consistent. You can start being whatever you want to be, right? It's about choosing what you do all the time, right? You don't have to do it every single day to be consistent. For so long, I wanted to make this video, but I was always procrastinating on it. And one thing that I learned about trying to be a perfectionist, or why most people are a perfectionist, is because of fear. And it's the fear of being judged. So I realized that I never wanted to be perfect. I never wanted this video to be any kind of way. I just didn't want it to be judged. But I don't know what happened. At a certain point, it's like you got to tell yourself, even if I get judged on this, or if they didn't like this thing about my video, then you can always scroll. You can always go back to the next video, and just keep telling myself, like, not being able to not being able to betray myself, right? I keep telling myself, don't betray yourself no matter what, right? If it's something that you wanted to post, if there's something that you wanted to do, don't ever betray yourself because of the way someone might judge you, or someone that might think of you a certain way, because you're going to be like their puppet. They're going to keep you on the puppet strings, and they're like, we don't like you. Okay, that's fine, but this is me. That's how you have to be. It's like people are telling you, you got to be like this. Well, no, this is who I am, like it or not. You can go to the next person. But it's kind of the mindset I kind of had when I made this video. It's like all I wanted to do is give people a little bit of comfort, a little bit of hope and mindset that it's okay if you are a perfectionist, but it's not okay to betray yourself. You have to have that authenticity to yourself, and be honest and true with who you are, mistakes and all. And that is the person that you want to be, because that is the type of people that people connect with more. And if you're like trying to put on a front or put on a character, people will like you, but you're not going to like you're not going to like yourself, because that's not who you are. Videos, what I'm going to try to do is just make a whole bunch of content where it's kind of like a vlog style, where I bring you along in just cooking. I'll show you some recipes if you guys want. I'm a professional chef. I graduated from the #1 culinary school in America. I'll show you some tips and tricks how to cook and everything. And I'll also give you like some mindset trainings. We'll do like a solo podcast style. And in the comments, if anyone you want to do, like, you want to talk about something, then let me know. But other than that, let's give it a try. To my channel, subscribe, comment. Um, Let me guys know if you want me to do anything, and I'll see if I can do it. Other than that, I hope you guys stay authentically true to yourself and who you are, and I'll see you in the next video.